Good morning, I'm Maria from the Rich and Simple Living. I'm sorry if I look a bit dull today. I can't get no good light anywhere in the house because it's a really dark, wet, stormy day. So I'm hoping I come out reasonably okay. But what I've come to talk to you about today is marking your child's schoolwork, or homeschool work I should say. Um, do you do that? Is it the right thing to do? Because I was thinking about it as I've seen on a few sites people saying, "Oh, you should never mark homework." Keep calling it homework. Of course, it's homework because it's done at home, but your child's work, you should never mark your child's work because it makes them feel bad and all that sort of thing. And then others say, "Yes, I mark my child's work." And it made me think more about it because I was talking to one of my cousins and saying about Sean's homeschooling, and he was asking me questions about it. And he said to me, "Do you sit like a teacher then at home and mark all the work at the end of the day?" And I just laughed and said, "Some of it." So I thought that's what I'd just come on and talk about. Is it right or is it wrong to mark your child's work? Or does it just depend on the individual child? I mean, I've heard, seen, I've seen on some pages where people have saying, "Oh no, it upsets my child if they get everything wrong, so I avoid doing that and brush over it," sort of thing. But myself personally, I do mark work, not all the work. You've probably seen me showing you some of the textbooks when we've been discussing them in the past, and you've perhaps seen marks and writing on them. But yeah, all of the books that I bought, all the workbooks, I do mark them, and the vast majority of them do have the answers on the back, which makes it easier for my little brain. But yeah, it's quite easy to look. I mean, a child could look it up themselves if they wanted to and correct themselves. Older children could, but I do because I like to look at it and see how she's doing with things, and also when she gets things wrong, I can go over it with her. I don't always mark it wrong straight away unless it's vastly wrong and I can't see how on earth she's got to what she's got to. I might put a cross next to it then and we'll go over it together. I mean, this morning I've been telling you about these new maths books I've got, these blue maths, and they are going good. They're really good. I like what we've seen so far. We haven't done them all yet. We've got 5, so we're doing one for each day of the week. Well, I'll show you all that again later and review that in a couple of weeks because obviously it's only Wednesday. We've only been doing them 3 days and on 3 different ones. But I have been marking them. And this morning she was doing money. Now she struggles with money and she got 2 wrong. And it's basic maths. Although the book says from ages 6 to 11, I would say roughly around about year 4ish, going into year 5 maths. But she got 2 wrong, just simply adding up pence. And they've done it in a format like one over the other and line at the bottom, so you add it up and just remember to put your P at the end. And I'm thinking, she shouldn't have got them wrong. I was thinking, this is a worry if she's got this simplest stuff wrong. But looking into it, what she'd done the working outs down one side because it was saying like 3 times 10p and 4 times 2p. So you've got to work out how much each value was down the side, then add the whole thing together to get your answer. So I thought, how's she gone wrong? She's got 7p instead of 37p. Realised she'd added the column up, the 6 and the 1, and forgot the 30. So I could see what she'd done there. So it's quite simple to, rather than mark it wrong, I just go back to the book, go over it. I said, "Can you see what you've forgotten to do?" And she goes, "I forgot to put the 30 on." I said, "Yeah." So she just quickly corrected that. So she knew what she'd done, then just gave it a tick then. And then another one she'd done, again, adding in columns, but because it was the very first one, I think it was 12p plus 8p, she'd made it a pound. I wish all my 12p's and 8p's made a pound. I'd be rich. But I said, "Oh, do you know what you've done?" She looked at it, she goes, "I treated it like a division," she said, because she'd put the 1 at the top and then sort of brought it down somehow, like a division, and put a 10 instead of just simply the 2. And so she realised then, she goes, oh no, because she'd done the rest right in the same format, but that was the very first starting one. So again, I'd not crossed it. I left her to rectify it, and she knew straight away then, and she corrected it. And that was okay, put a tick next to it. So yeah, I do mark the workbooks, and if anything's wrong, or if she's missed a little bit off, I'll add it on and we just go over it again, because I think it's good for her to go over. I don't want her to I don't want to say, oh, I'm not going to show her, because she'll get all upset, because sometimes she can get a bit uppity and like, oh, trust it to be wrong sort of thing. And I don't really worry too much about that. I just try and gently show her where she's gone wrong, or say, oh, we forgot to add that bit, or think about such and such a bit, that can add on to that. Because the trouble with Sean, she likes to write things in such a hurry that next question now, I've done that one sort of thing. I have to make her slow down and think about things sometimes to add extra bits on. So yeah, I do mark that, and we get on all right marking it like that, because I can see what she's doing, I can see what her understanding of things are, and also, like I say, we can go over things where she's made mistakes so that she knows it, and rather than just ignore it, she'll know it for next time. Now there's other things I don't mark. I mean, today she's been doing independent English work today, because yesterday she did art, so I don't mark art. And so, I mean, I've got the book here because I just reach across. I just stuck the piece in. And yesterday she does the country humans for art, so she's done a country human in art yesterday. Now, I don't mark that. I think they're really good. I think her imagination's great. She's into countries, flags of the countries, anthems of the countries and things like that, learning about countries. So I think it's great, because she's getting different ones, like she's wrote down there, and she's incorporating them into one character of her own, and gives it a complete different name, and then creates its own world sort of thing. So today in English, she did the write-up for it, where she's created the world. So it's a bit damp because I've just sticked it in, because obviously this is a drawing book and I have to use lined paper and stick it in. So I don't mark that either. I don't mark it at all. It's really good. It's from her imagination. There is no right or wrong, and it's really good. I'll leave it open till it's completely dry, actually. That's why it's down in front of me. So I don't mark nothing like that. I don't mark a cookery when we do cooking. I mean, we do it together anyway, and we chat, we laugh, and when she's not too shy of the camera. And we don't mark anything like that. The only things with cooking, I mean, when I was at school, we used to do a lot of writing with cooking about eggs and where things come from and vitamins, stuff like that. But I won't do all that kind of stuff when we start growing in summer. Involve her in that as well, as much as we can, and she'll learn all things like that about nutrients and stuff like that then, and anything like that really, how it all works and that, and what's healthy. So she can learn all that then. So I see no need to write everything up. She doesn't need to write a recipe and how it's gone, and me give her marks out of 10 and things like that. It's just light-hearted. She's just in the kitchen, and she doesn't always do everything as you've seen if you've seen my cooking videos. And we sort of do it between us really, because she's a bit shy and doesn't feel confident enough to do it. And I mean, even if the camera wasn't turned on, she would still feel that way. She'd still be a bit unsure of doing it. So doing it together, she's sort of learning and she's enjoying it, and hopefully in time then she will come to do it all herself. So there's no marks or nothing involved in that. So yeah, I don't know what other lessons. Obviously anything hands-on we wouldn't mark. Any experimental things, like the other week she was doing bath bombs, don't mark up, nothing like that. They're just fun things to do that she does with somebody else, like she made bath bombs with her sister, and officially she was still on a Christmas holiday then anyway, but they decided they would do them but they wouldn't let me film it. But she said I might be able to film the lava lamps when they do them. So yeah, yeah, that's it really. I mean, there's no right or wrong way, I don't think. I mean, I like to mark a written work. We like to go over anything that's a bit off or wrong together and look at it and correct it, and we carry on. And she has no worries about me marking it. She doesn't mind. She's quite happy for me to do that. And like I say, some things we mark, some things we don't. So my answer to that is yes, I do mark workbooks. No, I don't mark art. I don't mark cooking or anything else like that. I don't think there's any right or wrong answer to that. If you don't like to mark the work, maybe you've got other methods of, like if you look over it, I presume you would look over it if you don't mark it, and if you see things that aren't right, then you probably have other methods of incorporating that into the next lesson or something to show them, you know, where they've gone wrong, or just re-go over it so they don't know they've even gone wrong maybe, and just like relearning it sort of thing, reiterating it down. So I don't know, I'm interested to know what you do. I mean, I'd love to know, do you mark your child's work or not? No. I suppose if you've got very young children, you perhaps wouldn't. I don't really know, because obviously my daughter went to primary school in her early years, so everything was marked there, everything they did. So even PE, they had points and things like that. Went in house points for how well you did things like that. You earned points for your house. So yeah, I'd be very interested. I'd like to know really, what do you think about marking your child's work? You know. So that's it for today. Just short and sweet. It was just something I'd been thinking about when my cousin asked me, and he was sort of laughing, like, you playing the teacher, do you sit there at night marking the work? And because I'd already seen things on other people's vlogs and that about, oh, I wouldn't mark it, it's wrong to do that, and others who did mark it didn't see it as wrong, and I was just curious about it, just thinking about it, and I just thought I'd say what I do, and I just thought I'd ask you, what do you do? So yeah, that's it really, short and sweet for today, like I said. And tomorrow's Thursday, so homeschool cooking. We're going to be doing a cheese and potato pie tomorrow. I realised I made a boo-boo yesterday in the menu ones. If you saw the menu one, I was talking about week 4. Well, we're on week 3 of the menus at the moment, but it was on about week 4 and telling you that we were swapping the cheese and potato pie with the pork chops around so that the pie fell on the Thursday, because she'll only be doing it for homeschool cooking. And I thought, no, that's this week. This Thursday we're doing that, and that's on next week's menu. So I'll be having to alter that. That's got to be altered. I realised afterwards, and I was looking back at it, and I thought, oh, I've got the wrong week there. So yeah, that we're doing the cheese and potato pie this Thursday. Tomorrow, I don't know what we're going to do next week. We'll wing it most weeks, I think. I should write it down and be a bit more organised. But no, I'm anyhow, just wing it. So yeah, we're doing that tomorrow, and I'm going to have to alter my menu for next week. So hopefully, if you like cooking, watching us, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care then, and bye for now.